So I started writing down every piece of advice that I thought would be helpful on index cards, and I put them in a box. And every student teacher that would come, I'd say, here, read all these great tips and advice. You're going to be the best teacher ever. And they'd spend the weekend going through the index cards and like, wow, this is so helpful. And can my friend over here have it? And I was like, man, I really don't want this index card box to get lost. It's full of nuggets. And they said, well, why don't you just put it in like a Word document and I can share it? And I was like, huh, that's a great idea. So I did that. And then I was able to share. And someone said, you could just like write it down in a book. And I thought, what? Like, never even thought about this. Don't know anything about writing a book. And I just self-published, year 5, maybe, Elementary Education 101, what they didn't teach you in college. And I thought, man, this is all the nitty gritty that no one teaches you, right? But it's all the stuff you need to know. And I was just so proud of that and helping everybody. And so I guess without knowing it, that's kind of where it started of, oh, I can teach kids, but I could also help teach my colleagues. And so over the years, I had student teachers or any new teacher came on staff, I was helping them. I started leading professional development for the district in my school. And little by little, I was gaining traction in this whole world of helping teachers improve. And I never really knew what my shtick was. Someone said, well, why don't you be a literacy facilitator or a math facilitator? And I thought, I'm not passionate about a single subject area, but I really love helping teachers teach better. And so over the years, I didn't know it at the time, I was creating this pathway. I call it the teacher success pathway. And I talk about 4 bricks on this path. And if you work on them in sequential order, you get better faster. And it took so long for that aha to come, even though the work had been happening for years. And so I transitioned out of elementary school, coaching teachers in K-12 environments and thinking, wow, this is actually working no matter what grade you're teaching, which means great instruction is great instruction no matter, what content you're teaching. And then someone said, hey, you should probably write that down. And so I did. And that's my latest book you spoke about. And it's just helping teachers get better, which the domino effect helps students get stronger in the classroom.
I love that, Gretchen. And let's delve into that book a little bit. So
Okay.
you mentioned 4 bricks of teaching, right?
Yes.
So what are those 4 bricks
Okay.
and why should we be focusing on each of those areas?
Great questions. So the bricks are as follows, starting with lesson design. And just imagine in your head, you're building a house from the foundation up. If we do not solidify our planning, then it doesn't matter all these other things we're working on, because like me in my index card box, I was just doing random things, but I was never gaining traction because I wasn't working on the right things in the right order. So once you get planning done, then you can go to classroom management, brick number 2. And then when you've got all that sorted out with your structures and your systems and your protocols, then you're ready for student engagement, because they need to engage with you and the content and their peers, but they can't do any of that if you don't have the management in place, and you don't have that if you haven't planned to have all those things in place. And finally, when you get to brick 4 on that teacher success path, you have hit student ownership, which is the best place of all. It's that self-running classroom where students are doing their thing because they have learned and earned the potential to do a self-run book club or do the announcements or take attendance or help in other ways, but also lead discussions. And it's just such a powerful way to release the reins to students. So that's the 4 bricks. And if you don't work on them in the right order, then you waste a lot of time and energy. And that's the part that I didn't realize for a long time, because I realized these 4 bricks were important, but I didn't know which one came first, or maybe there's more bricks. And it turns out these are the most foundational, that whether you're a new teacher or a seasoned teacher, you get stronger faster.